what are things that I should avoid putting in my contract? That you're looking at contract and you're like, oh no, why did you put that in there? What are things that as a contractor I should maybe avoid having in my contracts?
Okay. I'm not sure about the roofing industry, but in the restoration industry, because the money typically comes from the insurance company, we rely on that. There's always a line in the contract that says dollar amount or payment schedule, whatever it is, right? Never put in TBD, to be determined. Never put in TBD by insurance company. I've had a lot of those. Why are we agreeing to whatever the insurance is going to pay us when we know insurance cuts our bill? And they're going, so TBD should never be in your contract. Not to exceed, unless you are for certain that that dollar amount is going to be enough to finish this project. Don't put a not to exceed amount in there, right? If you want to guess something like for a board up, I would imagine you guys typically know how much a board up for a small dwelling with 3 windows would cost. You can put 800 to 1500. Okay, I can work with that if it goes into collection, but not to exceed, and then you're $50,000 over your not to exceed, and you don't have change orders. Like, it's hard. It's hard to argue those, especially with a home against a homeowner. So those are the must knows. Failing to obtain change orders. So change orders are so important to have in your project files because especially in the restoration industry when we may not always have the final amount, the final scope of work, or changes to the contract, changes to the the scope of work come up as we progress, right? Code upgrades is one of them. The homeowner wants to change their cabinets for a more expensive brand, but in their mind, they think it's covered by insurance, but we know it's not, but we fail to communicate that. So a change order, we always want to obtain a change order when there is a scope of work, a change in scope of work. It could be the actual scope, right? Different type of cabinets. It could be um, change in the duration of the job. So for some reason there was 30 days in obtaining our permits. We need to extend the completion date. We'll go ahead and do it. Changes in like we need code upgrades. Go ahead and do it. This way we have the change orders that the customer signs, the homeowner signs, right? The homeowner signs. So I agree, Yasmin agrees that I will pay an additional $5,000 for this different type of cabinets. When you have that conversation with the homeowner, it clicks in their mind that, oh wait, this is not part of my insurance policy, it's out of pocket cost, I don't want it. So forget it. We'll go back to the original scope. And two, they'll be like, okay, I'll pay the 5,000. I wanted to renovate my kitchen anyways. So it's important to have your change orders because it protects you from the customer denying approving certain things.
For sure. So I'm going to keep it on the insurance angle. I have a great example though for roofing here, but so hail claim and roof is it has to be replaced, and insurance agrees like, hey, we do have to replace this roof. And now as the contractor, I'm getting in and I'm doing the tear off, and I realize that a lot of the decking is um, bad, so that it's going to need replaced. Obviously, that I don't know until I get in and start the process. Is that a place where I would leverage a change order? Obviously, that doesn't come out of pocket of the homeowner. That's going to just increase on the like, hey, the insurance is going to have to cover this because I can't leave rotted decking on your roof. Do I still leverage a change order in that type of an instance?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we have to remember that our customer is not the insurance carrier. They're not our customer. The customer is the person who signed the contract. So any changes, any work you're doing to their house, to the property, must be approved by the homeowner. Why are you changing my roof without telling me what you're doing? Why are you talking to the insurance adjuster and keeping me out of the loop? Right? So I know with insurance work, we like your example, we submit a supplement to the adjuster and they either approve it, knock it down, or they say, no, it's not covered. But in addition to the supplement, we also have to get a change order from the homeowner that, hey, homeowner, we submitted this supplement for $3,000. It's covered by your insurance. Please sign the change order for it, because the contract amount is now increased by $3,000, right? We have to have change orders for every step of the project. And if the adjuster tells you is they're underinsured, they're only going to cover half of it, you put that in writing with the homeowner. So homeowner has to be involved with every decision that is made within their property. And I know some people may not agree with me, but sometimes the clients forgets that the homeowner exists and only communicates with the adjuster, and we shouldn't be doing that, in my opinion.
There's so many things there. The one thing I'm going to get my plug for CompanyCam in here. So we're talking change orders, and in that case, yeah, it would be a supplement. How important for the overall file to go along with that written contract that you signed up front is it that these contractors are leveraging photo and video documentation throughout that project? You know, because let's use the rotted decking for the example. Like, if you think about, like, on the other side of the fence where the insurance carrier is saying, well, we're not paying for that if we don't have visual proof that that is actually been the case, that it was rotted and you did replace it. How important is it that for the file we are documenting all the way through this process?
If you are documenting all the way through the process, I'm not going to be seeing those files. So the reason I see files is because of lack of documentation. And to your point, CompanyCam, great company. There are so much different companies out there. The technology is on our side. As simple as an iPhone. They take really good pictures and videos right now, as simple of an iPhone. So lack of documentation with respect to pictures or videos should not be an excuse with respect to lack of access to technology, right? There's so many resources out there. And in your example for the rod and decking is you send the supplement, hey, it's going to cost us $3,000 to replace this. The adjuster, like me, is sitting behind a desk like, no, it doesn't. Mike, where are you saying this? They'd be like, all right, let me show you pictures and let me show you videos, and then you submit that. They still deny it. Well, they're exposing themselves to liability as well. They're denying something that should be insured. But you have to provide them with that information. They're just sitting behind their computer unless they're going to physically come to the property every time a supplement is needed, which is rare because they have hundreds of files to deal with. It's our obligations as contractor to provide them with the support to approve the supplement, which we're helping our client, the homeowner, the customer, whoever it is as well. So I think it's very important. I love pictures.